Okay, we're live on Twitch and YouTube. Give me a second. Twitch, there we go. Pop out chat. Now, for some reason, I can't see the stream on YouTube, even though I am live on YouTube. There we go. Twitch. There we go. Okay, pop out the chat. There we go. Almost there. Last but not least, get the Discord, get the TikTok stream up and running, and we're ready to go. Okay. There we go. And Euro Truck Simulator. Live. And we're live on all platforms. Great. Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome aboard. Whether you're watching on TikTok, YouTube, or Twitch, how are we all doing? Hope everyone's having a great Tuesday. And we are, of course, back for Trucking Tuesday, so we'll be getting started in just a moment. But how are you doing? Welcome aboard. Great to have you here today. Hello everybody, welcome aboard. How are you all doing? Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. Do you wear a wig or is that your hair? This is my real hair, Lucas, yes. It's not a wig. Needs a wash actually, so I'm going to keep it out of sight today. That is my real hair, yes. I've been growing it for about 5 years nearly. Afternoon, Hop. Hi, Dagger. How are you both doing? Welcome back. We're doing some more Trucking Tuesday today. Looking forward to this. We had a bit of trouble in the last stream. As you know, we had to take quite a big detour due to some missing roads in Turkey. But we're back today. We're in Egypt. We just arrived at Port Said, and we're going to be driving down to Port Sudan. Obviously, our current job is to Myanmar, so we're going to head down to Sudan, get the ferry to China, then get another ferry to Singapore, and then drive from Singapore to Myanmar. We'll not get all of that done today. I think we'll probably just get the Africa portion done, Egypt and Sudan, and then in the next stream we'll finish the journey. But that's the plan. We'll dive back in right now. So we are currently at Port Said. You may recall in the last stream we started in Ferizli in Turkey up here, and we were supposed to be driving down through the Middle Eastern countries here on the east side of the Red Sea. But the problem was there was a missing road connection at Adana, just here. You can see there's a big gap in the road there. Most likely caused by a mod conflict, but as a result of that, we had to take a detour. We had to drive all the way across to the other side of Egypt and then get the ferry, the other side of Turkey, sorry, and then get the ferry over to Port Said. So with that detour out of the way, today we're going to be driving down along the Sinai Peninsula to Sharm el-Sheikh, then across to Hurghada, down through Egypt, down through Sudan to Port Sudan, and then we're going to get the ferry over to China. And that's probably as much as we'll get done in today's stream. So let's get to it. I do actually need to refuel as well. So whilst we're looking at the map, let's see if there's a refuel in place. There's one in Arish. We'll head for that one. Thanks for following Miku Zasepins. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Thank you very much. You ever been to Egypt, says Jay? I haven't been to Egypt in real life, Jay, no. I'd love to go, though. I'd love to visit the pyramids. But it's not somewhere I've been fortunate enough to visit in real life. We'll see how the camera does today as well. I think I've figured out the problem with the camera frame rate in the last stream. Was that I'd set my stream settings way too high. Like, I'd put the stream quality way too high. So I've turned the stream quality back down to the usual level today. Hopefully, the streaming software will use less resources on my PC as a result, and we should have a slightly smoother stream because of it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, won't we? How's everyone's Tuesday, by the way? Everyone having a good week so far? Have you been to Egypt? I haven't been to Egypt in real life. Ligon, no. Hopefully I'm saying your username right, by the way. Thanks for following, Fred. And just to remind you as well, as always, I am also live on YouTube and Twitch, so if you want to watch the stream on either of those platforms, there is a link in my bio. And I do read chat on all three platforms, so if you want to leave any comments over on YouTube or Twitch, I will be reading those as well. Thanks for following Jade Segon. Wait, why is my... Oh, there we go. I was wondering why my indicator wasn't working then. So yeah, I think... Like I say, I think we'll probably get across Egypt and Sudan today. I don't think we're going to get into China. But we've got 3 hours, you know, it depends. Certainly, if there's no more detours, we might make it a little bit further. But you never know. Obviously, in the last stream, I wasn't expecting to have to detour all the way around Turkey because there was a missing section of road. Hopefully that won't happen again. Hopefully there'll be no major roadblocks this time, and we should have a pretty straightforward drive for today. Have I got my lights on? I have. Can't really tell that I've got my lights on, but I have. Okay, let's shift up. Oh, never mind. Let's shift down again. Asia. We've entered Asia. Lovely. I mean, were we not already in Asia? No, because Egypt's in Africa. I guess the Sinai Peninsula part of Africa is in Asia, which I didn't know actually. I thought that the whole of Egypt was classed as Africa, but I guess the Sinai Peninsula is technically on the Asian side. You're so pretty, thank you, Trin BW. That's very kind of you. Oh, we're coming in a bit fast to this junction. Hello, how are you doing? I'm afraid I can't read your username because it's, I think, Polish, and I can't read Polish, and I don't want to butcher the pronunciation, but hello, welcome to the stream. If you're just joining, we're in Euro Truck Simulator 2, we're currently in Egypt, and we are en route, eventually, to Myanmar. Long drive. and Greycon. We might be here for a minute. You should visit Egypt IRL, it's great. I like I said earlier, Ligon, I would like to visit Egypt IRL. I'd love to visit the pyramids. Obviously, the only surviving wonder of the original 7 wonders of the ancient world. I think it'd be really cool to visit the pyramids. There are so many countries that I want to visit when I get a chance, though. But it's easier said than done. What? Okay, there was a car there apparently. We haven't damaged the cargo so far in this drive, so that's good news. Because any cargo damage incurs a penalty. What's stopping you? Well, at the minute, I don't actually have a passport, so I couldn't go abroad even if I wanted to. I'm waiting on my new passport at the minute. I got my new provisional license last week, which is pretty good, and I went to the bank yesterday to get my bank account sorted, so... Oh, someone's reported my live stream. Great. We're less than 10 minutes in and somebody's already reported my live stream, apparently for unoriginal or reproduced content. I think it's pretty stupid that you can actually just go and report someone's live stream for any reason at all, and they don't verify the report. They just go, yeah, that sounds about right. So now my live stream is going to be restricted in search results, and less people are going to see my stream. Just because one person decided, I'm going to report you for literally no reason whatsoever. So please share the live stream if you're interested, because apparently it's not going to be showing up on anyone's For You pages. Thanks to that. What's all the traffic, says Riley? It's just because we were going through a checkpoint. Oh god, we're running out of fuel. We are nearly at Arish though, and there is a petrol station in Arish where we're going to get refueled. Thanks for the rose, Dizzy, by the way. I'm excited for it to come to console. Me too, Riley. It's going to be great to hopefully be able to play crossplay with some of my friends who are on console. I don't think they've announced a date yet, though, have they? They've, as far as I'm aware, there's no official release date for the console version yet. It's very exciting, though. It will be really cool. You don't have a passport in 2025, says Aiden. I did have a passport, Aiden, but I renewed my passport. Is the thing. So I'm because obviously I changed my name last year. So I'm currently waiting on the arrival of my new passport, and obviously when you renew your passport you have to send them your old passport so that it can be destroyed. So I have had a passport in the past, but I don't have one at this exact moment because I'm waiting for my new one to turn up. Wonder what it'll cost, says Riley. I would say probably somewhere in the region of £20. Obviously, on PC it costs £13, I believe. I imagine they'll probably inflate the price slightly for console because they tend to do that. But I would hope that it'd be somewhere around £20. I wonder what the DLC situation is going to be as well, because obviously the biggest problem with console is licensing. Like if you want to put any branded equipment in the game, if you want to put JCB or Volvo or Scania, you have to get special permission for that for consoles, whereas with PC it's a bit more lenient. So I wonder how it's going to work with all the brands and stuff like that. I wonder if there might be certain DLCs that won't be allowed or what have you. We'll see what happens, I guess. 1K likes. Thank you for letting me know, Riley. Thanks everyone for liking the stream. Like I say, please do share the stream as well. I don't normally like begging people to share my live streams, but someone has reported me for unoriginal content, so the stream isn't really going to show up in people's For You pages today like it normally does. So if you don't mind sharing, reposting, it would be very much appreciated. Okay, we're coming up to Arish now. We have 118 miles of fuel left, apparently. So whether we can make it the whole way, I'm not sure. The thing is, we're stuck behind this lorry as well, which is quite slow moving. I wonder if restarting the stream might actually clear the flag. I might try doing that when we get to the petrol station. It's worth a try, right? Okay, coming up on Arish now. I just wish we weren't stuck behind this truck. We could have gotten there a bit faster, but it is what it is. Okay, I think we're here. Overtake it, says Scottish Modelling. It's not as simple as that though, Scottish Modelling, because there's too much traffic coming the other way. And we're pulling into this petrol station anyway, so let him go. There we go. Okay, just in time. We only got 88 miles of fuel left, so good job we got here when we did. Just fill that up. Okay, and then what I'm very quickly going to do is I'm going to try and restart the live stream on TikTok real quick, because it's apparently been flagged for unoriginal content. I'm just wondering if restarting the stream might clear that. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to end the stream, but I'm going to restart it again straight away. Won't be a tick. Okay, go live. Go live. There we go. And I'm going to jump straight back in. See if that does anything for us. Okay, let's put the next rest stop in on the map then, 11 hours from now. Sharm el-Sheikh is 9 hours away. Okay, we can get to there then, and we can refuel and rest just here. There we go. Welcome back, everyone, by the way. Sorry about having to restart the stream. Okay. And off we go. So we just refueled. We should be able to get all the way down to Sharm el-Sheikh now before we need to sleep again. Howdy, Bascade Alma on Twitch. How are you doing? Welcome aboard. Oh, camels. Hello. Oh, and Ginger. I always forget about Ginger. Just chilling out there on the dashboard. Doing mighty fine and dandy, thanks. How about yourself? I'm doing good. Yeah, it's good. It's always a good... Trucky Tuesday is always a good day. You know, I love my Euro truck. Now, I am slightly concerned because previously, when I've driven on this road, there have been crashes, like game crashes. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we won't have anything like that today because we already had to take a massive detour in the last stream. But yeah, I've had trouble here before. We'll see if it happens today. It's on this road here between Tabor and Dahab. Normally about here, there's a bit of a crash usually. But I haven't driven this way for a long time. It might have been fixed. We'll see. There's some stuttering going on. Yeah, there'll be a little bit of stuttering in the game. I am playing with quite a lot of mods, so it does mean that the game is quite resource intensive, shall we say. Especially in the modded areas. The speed limit's only 40 miles an hour here, by the way, and we are doing just under 60. But there's also no traffic on this road, so I think we'll be alright. Where are you driving? Is it a mod? It is Cold Chips, yes. I'm currently driving in Egypt. This is from, I think, Horn of Africa. Or no, it might be from beyond this one. I don't know. I've got so many mods that I forget which mods add in which maps, you know? Yeah, I think I've got 197 mods active at the minute, and most of them are map-related ones, so... And there's some other things as well. There's some, like, traffic mods and sounds and graphics and stuff like that. But most of the mods are map-related. Oh. Oh. Sharp corner here. Coming in a bit fast. I'm quite intrigued by your peripheral setup. Can you tell me some more about it? Yes, no problem, Bascade. So my steering wheel and side panel are from Logitech, the Logitech Heavy Equipment Bundle. It also comes with 2 pedals for braking and accelerating. That's a £230 bundle, so that's kind of the basic driving setup. That gives you the wheel and the control panel. But I've got quite a lot of other bits and pieces as well. I've got my gear shifter here. This is called the TH8S. It's an 8-speed gear shifter from Thrustmaster. I've got it mapped for 12-speed, but a really good gear shifter there. Then I've also got a handbrake, which I don't know the brand of because I got this cheap on eBay, but I've got a very basic little truck handbrake there. And I've also got a ignition key, which is from the collector's edition of Farming Simulator 25, and I've got the beacon light here, which is from the collector's edition of Farming Simulator 22. Hi Sean, how are you doing? Hi Alien Dog as well. Furry haters here again. By the way, I'm just gonna go ahead and do what I should have done the very first time Furry Hater showed up on my live stream. There we go. Ah, Peace and quiet. Nice setup, thank you, Vascade. Oh, there we go. Okay, we'll stick to 60 again. Like I say, I know the speed limit here is 37, but it's an empty road. There's no AI traffic on this road, so I don't mind going over the speed limit here. And it's not exactly the most interesting road either. It's pretty much just desert all round, so like I say, I don't mind going a little bit faster just to get through this this area. Is this modded? It is, Shy Guy, yes. We're currently in Egypt, which, like I said earlier, I think it's added by the Beyond mod, which was previously called Road to Africa. Well, there used to be two different mods called Road to Africa and Road to Asia, but they're now combined into one larger mod called Beyond. I've got that. I've also got all of the Pro Mod stuff, and quite a lot of other things as well. You know, I've got African mods, I've got a lot of Russian map areas and stuff like that. Quite a lot of stuff in there. Why not try your real license? I don't want to drive a real truck, Weed. As much fun as it is to do in a video game, I definitely can't see myself doing this in real life. Big respect to the real truck drivers out there, because it's not an easy job. You know, it's not as easy as just sitting down behind the wheel and driving like it is in a video game. The real thing is infinitely more difficult and stressful. So again, big props to the people who do this in real life, because I could not. Okay, off we go. You better slow down. Oh shit, I clipped the wall there. And knocked over a sign. Never mind, just keep moving. I've got that same Logitech Farming Sim button box that I use alongside a Thrustmaster 16K steering wheel. Had to get rid of the pedals since my desk doesn't allow it, so I'm using a Thrustmaster joystick for accelerating and braking. Nice one, Bascade. Yeah, the button box is great, isn't it? It's a really good piece of kit. The wheel is probably the cheapest part of my current setup. It's definitely the thing that I want to replace next. Because it's kind of letting everything else down, you know. It's not a bad wheel, but it's a very cheap entry wheel. I do want to get something a bit more durable, a bit better next time. Hello, Maffy-Jan, how are you doing? Is Devo still respected in South Yorkshire? There's a name I've not heard in a while. Jehovah's Thickness. I think I don't think most people in Yorkshire today know who Devo is, to be honest. No offense to the guy, but he's pretty much a dead meme at this point. I am familiar with Devo. I'm doing fine, and you? I'm good, Maffy-Jan, thank you very much. How to check your lane, says Derek. What do you mean? I mean, I can check the lane that I'm in with my external camera, or I can look in my rear view mirror on the left hand side there, my wing mirror. The wheel's nice, especially for farming or truck sim. No need to change if you're not playing rally or F1. Thanks, Shy Guy. Yes, it's a very heavy-duty wheel. It's not very suitable for racing games. I don't really play many racing games anyway, so it's not that big of an issue. But I would like to have that option, which is why the wheel that I'm looking at getting next is the Thrustmaster T248, because that wheel, you can use it for racing and trucking. It's got like a special mount for it that you can use to change the position of the wheel, so you can like move it into a more comfortable position for racing, which is pretty cool. Thanks for following, Shawnog. Is it pronounced Shawnog? Or Sean OG? It's probably Sean OG. Thanks for following Shy Guy as well. Whereabouts are we, by the way? The thing is, when you're driving across the desert, there's no way of knowing how far you've driven, because there's like almost no frame of reference or anything. We're nearly in Taba. So we're about 5 hours away from the ferry. I want to try and overtake, but there's just too much traffic coming the other way. Anytime that I think about overtaking, some other car appears. It's not that much further anyway, so I think we'll be right. And I think, yeah, the speed limit here is 43, so that explains. It's not that everyone else is driving too slowly, it's that I'm trying to go too quickly. Oh, is there a checkpoint here? There is. Oh, are we entering disputed territory? I know the, Is this disputed territory? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about all the politics of the Middle East. What's your favourite I can't read that, Mafijan, I'm sorry. Like, I'm genuinely not sure what you mean. Do you have any other trucks other than Scania in your fleet? I do, Bascade, yes. I've got at least one truck from each brand. I've got a couple of Scanias and a couple of Volvos, but I've also got one of everything else. So I've got MAN, Mercedes, DAF. I think that's it, isn't it? I think I've got 10 trucks at the minute. Or, no, 8. I might have 8. What's your favourite brand of truck? Definitely Scania. I'm a big fan of Scania. There's an invisible wall! Again! This is the second time this has happened. This happened in the last live stream. There's an invisible barrier here. So that's nice. Okay, let's see if we can rewind a little bit. I don't know what's causing that. I don't know what mod is happening that's causing that problem, but it happened in the last stream as well. Just there was an invisible barrier in the road, and it just completely stopped us dead. Seems like it's happened again, so I'm going to reload my latest autosave and see if we can get around it. Do you know when it's on PS5? I don't, Ryan. No, I've no idea. I would imagine it will probably be next year at this point, because they've only just announced it. But we'll see. Thanks for following Bloody Detective T, by the way. But anyway, yeah, like I was saying, my favourite brand of truck is definitely Scania. Oh, Renault and Iveco. Yes, I've also got one Renault and one Iveco truck as well, Bascade. But Scania is my favourite. I'm a big fan of Scania. As someone who's not a big truck expert, even I know that Scania is like a very well-respected brand. I've had this truck, the Streamline R730, for quite a while, and it's really great. It's a really great truck. I've clocked up quite a few miles in it, quite a few driving hours, and it's really great. It'll take a minute to load the autosave, by the way. Do excuse me. I'd best reset my handbrake and gear shifter. Sorry about this. My go-to truck of choice would have to be a Mercedes New Actros, says Bascade. Not a bad choice, not a bad choice. Mercedes are pretty good. Actually, it's not Euro Truck related, but Farming Sim have just today released their new Mercedes-Benz DLC for Farming Sim 25. I'll be checking that out, hopefully, in the next Farming Sim stream. But yeah, they've just released their Mercedes-Benz pack for Farming Sim 25. It's got a couple of tractors in it, a few trucks, and a couple of other pieces of equipment as well. So I'll be looking forward to checking that out. But yeah, Mercedes, not bad brands. Thanks for following Scania V8 Boy. What are you even, says Ron. I'll let you work it out, Ron. I'm not going to say. I'll let you try and piece it together. You okay? Hi, Nathan. How are you doing? Nathan on YouTube. How are you doing? I'm doing good. So we got viewers on all 3 platforms now. That's always nice to see. We had quite a good stream on Sunday actually for Abe's for New and Tasty. We had quite a few viewers on all 3 platforms, which is always nice. So what's happened? I missed it, says Toffee. We hit an invisible barrier, Toffee. So unfortunately, I've had to load my previous autosave. It happened in the last stream as well. I don't know which mod is causing it, but something's going wrong. Do more videos, says Nathan. I've actually got 3 videos in the works at the minute. For anyone who's watching on TikTok or YouTube, there are 3 new videos coming, hopefully quite soon. I'm doing a spider video because a lot of people have been asking about Amber, my Phidippus Nikites jumping spider. There will be a video coming about that quite soon. I've also got another Lego tour video coming up because I've gotten quite a few new Lego sets that I wanna show you, including this one here, by the way. This little space shuttle is a brand new set that I've just got. It's replaced the marine chronometer on the desk. And then I'm also going to be doing a train-related video because a few people were asking about my model railway, and it's something that I've wanted to do for a while. Make a video talking about my interest in model trains and how I sort of got into that, because it has been a lifelong hobby of mine, you know. So there's going to be a video coming out related to that as well soon. Quite a lot planned. How much did all the stuff cost? My entire setup was about £2,000. That's all the sim gear as well as the computer itself and everything else, monitors, headphones, mic, webcam, keyboard and mouse. Just basically everything comes to about 2,000. If you want to know more, check out my second pinned video on TikTok, where I do a complete cost breakdown of everything and explain where it's all from and how much it all cost. Thanks for following, Lucas Walton. Oh, I'm a bit over the line there. Thanks for following Gorilla Tag. Is my wheel pulling to the left? Hang on. No, I think I'm just imagining things. I think I'm turning to the left and blaming it on the wheel. Okay, what I'm going to do, when we get to the place that it crashed before, I'm going to go onto the opposite side of the road, because that worked last time. We switched over to the other side of the road and it let us pass. I think it was just here, where that hill that's just appeared on the left. I think it was on that little section of road there. I'm going to slow right down. Oh, there's a checkpoint here. Wait, how am I further back than I thought I was? Because I don't remember passing a checkpoint before. Maybe I did. I don't know. Will you get people to add me on YouTube, Nathan Charles? Sure, Nathan. Everyone go to YouTube and follow Nathan Charles. I don't remember there being a checkpoint here. I really don't. Oh, no, I do. I do. Because I remember there was a police car going through it last time. Okay, it was just here where the crash happened. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drive onto the opposite side of the road and see if we can get around the invisible barrier that's there. Oh. Okay, I think we're past it. We haven't hit anything. Job was a good one. And we're just coming up on Tabba. This is the real problem section, though. The bit from Tabba to Sharm el-Sheikh. I've had the game crash quite a few times in that area, so we'll, you know, have to just keep our fingers crossed that it won't happen on this occasion. Okay, Sharm el-Sheikh is that way. Hi, Giselle, how are you doing? Is this the United Arab Emirates? It isn't, Vamp, no, we're in Egypt at the moment. Do you drive in real life? I don't, Logan, no. I'm good, you? I'm very good. Very good, Giselle. Is it Giselle or Jazel? I think you might have told me this last time, but I've forgotten. It's Jazel. Okay, sorry. I'll remember that this time. How come you don't drive? I've just never been interested in driving. I've never wanted to drive. I don't see the appeal, to be quite honest. It's an expense I could do without. Do you do TikTok full time? Says Numerator. I don't, Numerator, no. I do 3 streams a week on TikTok, YouTube and Twitch. And occasionally make videos as well. But I wouldn't call that full time. Do you like driving games though? I do like driving games. It's fun, you know, driving in a game is fun, but you know, driving in real life, I just don't think I'd enjoy it. And I don't need to drive, and, you know, it's kind of like I don't need to and I don't want to, so there's really no point. I need to go have a good stream. Thank you, Jazel. Enjoy the rest of your day. You don't know till you try it. But you see, the thing is, I've seen other people drive. Like, I have been in a car before with many other drivers. And I've seen how stressful it is, and I just don't really... Like, why would I want to do that? Whereabouts are we? It might be this bit here, actually, between Dahab and Sharm el-Sheikh, where the crash is. In fact, I think it might be this junction here, where the road to the Arla factory is. That might be where the crash happens. But we'll see. How'd you get around places then? Public transport. I live in Doncaster, which is right on the East Coast Main Line. It's exactly halfway between London and Edinburgh, so there are regular train services to basically everywhere in the country. And if I want to travel locally, there's a pretty decent bus network as well. Okay, we're on a dual carriageway now, so I might be able to gain some ground if I can overtake people strategically. These cactuses are very bright. I think the texture might be a little bit oversaturated. Okay, I might not need to do any overtaking. It seems like everyone's changing lanes anyway. Okay, maybe not. This guy might cause problems. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get past. I could get behind this one on the left, because he's overtaking anyway. Let's do that. Ooh, ooh. There we go. Straight ahead. Come on, come on. No, I'm not going to get... How fast is he going? I can't seem to get above 50. Okay, let's try it this way. Hello, how's you today, Saul? I'm good, STFC. How are you doing? Oh, shit. Oh, one lane, one lane, one lane, one lane. Oh, shit, and now I've crashed. Was there a sign? Or did I just miss it? Because I didn't notice a sign saying that it was going to go down to one lane. Yet another reason why I shouldn't be allowed to drive in real life, because if there was a sign, I completely missed it. Is this Truckers MP? No, Josh, this is single player. My truck's not limited because I'm on single player. I can go as fast as I like. Can go up to 90. I mean, not on a hill, obviously. I apparently can't move up. I can't go up the hill at all. I'm literally in 3rd gear and I can't get up this hill. Come on. There we go, that's better. I'll go up to 6th, but I won't go any higher than that. Where are you heading and where are you currently? We're currently in Egypt, STFC. We're heading to Myanmar. I think today we'll probably get as far as Sudan. Maybe China, because we're going to get the ferry from Port Sudan to Dalian. And then we got another ferry to get from Dalian to Singapore. Right, don't make me stop on the hill! See, the problem's not going up the hill, the problem's when you have to slow down, because you can't pick that speed back up when you're on a hill as steep as this. Okay, I think we're heading down again now. I think we're over the peak. There we go. Why is he still going so slow? Oh, the speed limit is... Oh, right. I didn't realise the speed limit was only 22 there. Right, come on. I'm going. I'm going. I don't care. I'm going. That'll do. Been stuck behind that guy for ages. I'd love to play Truckers MP, says Josh. I will be doing some more Truckers MP soon, because it's been a while, and obviously I know how much everyone enjoys joining me for Truckers MP. But personally, I do prefer single player, honestly. Like I say, I'll play Truckers MP if people want me to, so that, you know, so that I can play with you guys, but honestly I prefer single player. Oh, ooh, that was sharp. Okay, can we overtake here? I think we can, I'm going for it. Oh shit, maybe not. Oh, there's a hill. There we go, just about. Will you ever do an online Minecraft server? Says STFC. Maybe, maybe. I can't see it happening, to be honest. But it is another thing that a lot of people have asked for. I don't know. I don't know. Perhaps. How's it going? How's your day been? It's good, Draydog. How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. That'd be so much fun, says I'm no one. The thing is, the thing with a server is, though, because we did multiplayer farming sim once. That's the only game where I've hosted a server for my TikTok audience was farming sim. And the problem is, no one goes on the server unless I'm also on it. And because I don't have time to go on the server very often, it just sits there with no players. And I was paying £8 a month for this server that literally no one was ever on it unless I was on it. And I wouldn't want the same thing to happen with Minecraft. I wouldn't want to pay money to host a Minecraft server just for nobody to use it unless I also happen to be on at the same time. It just doesn't seem worth the expense, you know? Oh, my eyes are watering. Thanks for following, Alan Pickering. You can host servers for free or even self-host. I mean, I can't self-host because I don't have a dedicated computer to set that kind of thing up. And also, I don't trust free Minecraft servers. I don't trust websites that let you set up a Minecraft server for free. In my experience, if a website is any good, they will charge you. And I've hosted Minecraft servers before, and I've paid to host Minecraft servers before for my friends. But again, I just don't see the point in paying to host a Minecraft server for my TikTok audience when there's a good possibility that people won't actually use it, you know? How are you? I'm good. How are you doing? Is that TXD? TXB? What's your Twitch account and your OnlyFriends account, says Jamal. Well, I'm not on OnlyFriends, Jamal. I am on Twitch. I'm live on Twitch right now. There's a link in my bio. Hello, if you're watching over on Twitch. What about YouTube then? Yep, I'm live on YouTube as well. Again, there's a link in my bio for that. My YouTube is the same name as TikTok, Ashbridge Industries, and on Twitch I'm called Ashindak. But again, you can literally just click 2 links in my bio and you'll be there. Like, you don't have to type it in manually, just click on the link and then click on the other link. I like the nerd out video, cool life unlike mine. Oh, I'm sure you have many hobbies and interests. The thing is, you don't realise how many hobbies you have until you actually sit down and list them and think about it. You're like, actually, I'm interested in quite a lot of things. Like, I have more hobbies and interests than I realised I had, you know? Ooh, sharp corner. I think we'll keep in a low gear for this bit. Where are you going? We're heading to Myanmar, British Tings, sorry. We're currently in Egypt. We're heading down to Sudan. Then we're going to get the ferry to China, another ferry to Myanmar, to Singapore, and then we're going to drive from Singapore to Myanmar. What's AMA? AMA is short for Ask Me Anything, Cam. What do you identify as? I'm a trans woman, Kyle. So I was raised as a boy, but I've lived as a woman for over 4 years now. Can't wait for the game to come out on console. Me neither, British Tings. It's going to be good. Looking forward to it. I don't play on console myself, but I'm looking forward to being able to play with my friends and family who have consoles. Like my brother-in-law, for example, he's really into Euro Truck, but he doesn't have a good enough PC for it. But he does have a PS4, I believe. So it'll be interesting to be able to play crossplay with him once that comes out. Which gear am I in right now? I can't. Hold on a second. Sorry, there's a slight distraction going on right now. There we go. The distraction's gone. That annoying little buzzing noise in my ear that I was hearing, all of a sudden it's just vanished. It's gone. It's gone away. Someone asked me an interesting question. Hang on, let me scroll up a little bit. If I can find my mouse, there we go. Bebop says, "What's your thoughts on the state of the UK?" Good question, Bebop. I think things have been better in the past. Let's just say that. Hey Saul, how are you? I'm good, Danny. I'm good, thank you. Anyway, yeah, back to the question. I think you kind of have to count your blessings. You know, I mean, it could be worse. You know, there are worse places to live at the minute, but there are also better places to live. You know, it's not great when every morning you wake up to 50 opinion pieces in the news about how you shouldn't exist. But you get used to it. You know, at the end of the day. The vast majority of people that I know personally in my day-to-day life are very supportive of me, and you know, no matter what the media says, I know that I'm supported by those around me. But it's not a great time to be transgender in the UK, as I'm sure many people out there will be aware. But like I say, it could be worse. There are worse places to be, but there are better places to be as well. Do you have a mod on right now that can get rid of the chat distraction? It's pretty quiet today, Draydog, to be honest. I'm managing all right by myself at the moment. What's your name? Oh, Ellie on YouTube. Hi, Ellie. What's your name? I'm guessing it's Ashbridge. Ashbridge is my surname, yes. My first name's Saul. S-A-U-L. I'm going to Twitch in about 10 minutes. Thank you, Horse Lover. I'll see you over there. Can you see Robert Carlyle as the Doctor? I can, Draydog, honestly. I've never heard that. Is that like a common fan cast? Because I've never heard that suggestion before, but I can totally see that. I think Robert Carlyle would make a great Doctor. Maybe not a permanent Doctor, maybe like for a special of some kind. But I can totally see it. Hi, Puddle. How are you doing? Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Thanks for joining, Danny. Sorry you got to dash off. Oh, wait. I missed that. I was supposed to sleep. Shit. And I've just damaged the trailer again. Never mind. Ellie on YouTube says, I didn't do anything, why do you blame me? Okay, so it's another troll. Lovely. The funny thing is, YouTube, I think 99% of the comments I get on YouTube are troll comments. I think I've only ever had like 2 actual people talk to me on YouTube, in the YouTube chat. Everyone else is a troll. Whereas on TikTok it's a lot more balanced. Like, I do get trolls, I do get spam, I do get lots of negative comments, but I also get a lot of genuine comments on TikTok as well. With YouTube, 99% of it is troll comments. Okay, let's head over to Hurghada. Just some practice for my driving test. Nice one, Puddle. Good luck with it. Is this your standard driving license, or are you going for something a bit extra? Okay, off we go. I'm sorry people do that to you, says Chimpsky. You get used to it, Chimpsky, honestly. It's quite easy to tell when someone's a troll as well, but they normally give themselves away quite early on, because they'll leave a comment, and if you don't answer that comment within 3 seconds, they'll immediately say, why are you ignoring me? Why are you ignoring me? Why are you ignoring me? And then they'll start spamming. So it's quite easy to spot trolls, because they just can't help but admit that they're a troll almost immediately. Yes, my actual car driving test is in December. My fiance is teaching me. Nice one, Puddle. Well, good luck with it. Good luck with it. Oh shit! I turned the wrong way. I was supposed to turn right there, I think. No, I wasn't. Why is it telling me to turn around? I don't know. Okay, I need to sleep really badly. Maybe I will turn around actually, because there's a petrol station right behind me. We'll go to that one. He has a HGV license, so he keeps saying you'll fit in there, no problem. Honestly, Puddle, I think learning to drive a car from someone with a truck license is a good idea, because they're used to driving a much bigger, heavier vehicle. But then again, it could also be a detriment, because a car handles very differently to a truck. I don't know. But hey, if you pass the test, you pass the test, you know? Hello, Merlin on YouTube. I'm from Stoke. Where are you from? I'm from Doncaster, Merlin. Is it glitchy for you, says HM? The game does stutter a bit, HM, yes. Oh, what's just happened there? What happened? I think my headphones are loose. My headphones just disconnected and then reconnected again. And it caused the whole game to have a bit of a heart attack. But it's all good now. Oh, we need to sleep first. But yeah, there's a bit of stuttering. That is because I'm playing a heavily modded game, and the mods do eat up quite a lot of resources on my PC. I apologise for that, but, you know, I like playing with mods. I do. I might have to... I'm gonna go and close my curtains real quick, because the sunlight is, like, washing me out on the camera. I'll be back in a moment. I'm back. Okay, wow. Now I look really pale. So now we got the opposite problem. Let me turn the brightness down on that. That's good. That's okay. The blue suits you. Thank you, Puddle. This was actually the very first dress that I ever bought. I bought this from Primark actually. But I bought this way back when I first came out in 2021. And I really do love it. I'm still looking a bit washed out. Hang on. Can we turn that down a bit more? Or change the colour maybe? How's that? There we go. It'll be fine. It's better than it was before, because before you couldn't see me at all. Oh, I need to go back around as well to get fuel. I have a brown one like that. You definitely look better in it than me, I must say. Oh no! Don't bring yourself down, Puddle. I'm sure you look lovely in it. It looks comfy. It is very, very comfy. There we go. Fueled up. Let's go. Oh, try not to crash. I've crashed so many times today already. But still no cargo damage, which is the main thing. Before we get back on the road as well, we do need to mark the next rest point on the map. Hello, Horse Lover, over on Twitch. How are you doing? Can we get to Port Sudan? We can't. That's 50 hours. 50? There's no way that's 50. Oh my god. Okay. Well, where can we get to? Can we get to the Sudanese border at least? 34. There's no way that's 34 hours away. That is not a 34-hour drive. No, no, no. I don't buy that. It's probably because the speed limit on most of these roads is going to be like 12 miles an hour. Okay, we'll head to Marsa Alam, which still says 15 hours, but I reckon we'll get there in half that time. We'll see. Thanks for following, Stephen Sarcastic MC. How are you doing? I'm trans, says Harry Sherb. Great, me too, Harry. Thanks for the heart, me, Puddle. God, how do I still look this washed out? Okay, actually, if I turn that light off completely, that's a bit better. I could also try... Hang on. I can turn down my smart lights as well a little bit. Sorry about this, it's just... I can never get my lighting right, you know? If we turn these down to 50%... How's that? That's a bit better. Maybe, but then that's a bit too dark. We'll keep it on 75. It's not ideal, but it's a bit better. Pasty girl problems. Honestly, Puddle, I'm so pale. I am incredibly white. What's happened? What's happened? It's done it again! Okay, right. Okay, something's wrong with my headphones because it keeps disconnecting my headphones, but the problem is, whenever any of your devices disconnect in the game completely shits itself. And you lose control of everything. So whenever my headphones disconnect, I lose control of the steering wheel. Might be time for some new headphones. Thank you for following Kissing Her Pussy Lips. What an interesting username. They could probably use me to guide ships away from rocks, says Puddle, honestly. Honestly, I feel that. Can't wait for Euro Truck Sim 2 to come to console because I can't wait to play with my brother. Same horse lover. Like I say, my brother-in-law has a PS4. My dad has got the newest Xbox. And you know, I've got a few other friends and family members who I know would enjoy the game. And it would be great to be able to play it with them when it does eventually come out on console, because I'm assuming it's going to be cross-play as well. I'd be very surprised if it wasn't cross-play. Oh god, what is with these tight turns here? Does the wheel do 900 degrees rotation? It does indeed, Tom, yes. Okay, I'm going to restart the live stream because someone's reported it again. Back in a second. That's the second time today, by the way. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, that is the second time today that someone's reported my live stream. And again, because the reporting system on TikTok is so broken, you can basically just report someone for anything, and they'll immediately accept the report. Welcome back, everyone. I was just explaining the report situation on TikTok. Basically, someone keeps reporting my live streams for unoriginal content, and because the reporting system on TikTok is absolute shit, they just, you know, anytime someone gets reported, they immediately restrict your account or whatever. They don't actually, like, investigate or anything like that. They're just like, oh, this person's been reported for unoriginal content. Let's just hide their stream from the For You page without actually verifying the report. Honestly, it's getting harder and harder for me to stream on TikTok, to be honest. The only reason that I still stream on TikTok is because that's where most of my audience is. But I'm really starting to get annoyed with TikTok at the minute, especially with their really broken reporting system. But as long as my audience is here, I will stay on TikTok. By all means, though, if you want to join me on YouTube or Twitch, they're much better platforms for that kind of thing. Don't leave, you my favourite gaming streamer at the minute. Thank you, Puddle, that's very nice of you. Like I say, I don't want to leave. I do enjoy streaming on TikTok, and I enjoy interacting with my audience on TikTok, but I really feel like things have just gone downhill so much recently. Like I say, you can just report someone, and TikTok will just uncritically restrict that person without verifying the report or anything like that. Like, it's happened twice today where someone's reported my live stream, and instead of investigating the stream, they just restrict it. And once they put a restriction on your stream, it means that the stream doesn't show up on people's For You pages, which then costs me a huge amount of viewers. Like, no one's going to see the stream because it's been restricted. It's really annoying, and I really hate that TikTok don't do enough to verify that the reports are genuine. They just kind of accept them. Like, someone's reported this guy, that must be, you know, they must be breaking the rules. Anyway, back to the game. Let's not dwell on it. Let's get back to the game. Do you like ATS, says Nelson? I don't, Nelson, no. I'm going to be honest. I don't really enjoy American-style trucks or American-style trucking. I'm not a big fan of the big rigs, you know, the big T-cabs. I prefer the more compact cab-over trucks that we have here in Europe. And I just prefer the driving experience in Europe as well, with the tighter roads and mountainous terrain and stuff like that. Whereas American Truck Simulator is a lot more open and flat. It's just not for me. It's just not my cup of tea, to be honest. I've never really been bothered about American Truck Simulator. Do you know how much Euro Truck Sim is for the full game? The game, I believe, is £13.50, Harry. And it's well worth it. There's quite a lot of DLC as well, which can get quite pricey, but the base game is great as well. It is a really good game. This is my second most played game on Steam, by the way, with the first being Train Simulator. And I think it's crazy that I spent £13 on this game and I'm still playing it, and I've got hundreds of hours in it, whereas there are other games that I've spent £50 on that I just don't play. Because I lost interest in them almost immediately, and I think that kind of says a lot about the current state of the gaming landscape. Is that there are so many studios out there that will just pump out these soulless pieces of crap every year that cost like £70 and that you get bored of after 5 minutes. When you've got studios like this that are pouring their heart and soul into these games that only cost like 15 quid, it's crazy the difference there, you know. The game's just addictive. It really is. It's a very addictive game, for sure. Train Simulator? Yes, Puddle. I do play Train Simulator. I'll be playing it again this Saturday. Join me for that. Not only do I play Train Sim, but I actually create content for Train Sim as well. I'm currently working on a mod for the Durham coastline in Northumberland, which I'll show you on Sunday. I'll show you on Saturday, because I've actually made quite a lot of progress on the mod recently. You have to load up mods to keep it interesting, though, says Ryan. Nope, you don't have to. The game's just as fun on the vanilla game. I've always said that mods, for me, mods enhance a game. They can take a good game and make it even better. That doesn't mean that it's a bad game without mods, you know. Do you stream on other platforms? I do, Nelson. I'm also live on TikTok, on Twitch and YouTube. I personally don't like modding my games. That's fair enough, Quid. It's not everyone's cup of tea, you know. Some people like to stay strictly vanilla, but for me personally, I'm a big fan of modding. Any game, if a game's moddable, I will play with mods. I play Minecraft with mods, I play Farming Sim with quite a lot of mods. I play this, obviously, with quite a few mods as well. And Train Simulator, I couldn't tell you how much third-party content I have for that game as well. Strictly Vanilla, the name of my band, says Marika. Hi, by the way, Marika. How are you doing? Hello, person. How are you? Punters says, hoping to get a PC at Christmas and maybe get an ETS and ATS setup like a G923 and shifter. Nice one, Punters. Honestly, if you've got the space for it and you've got the money for it, getting a full simulator setup is such a great decision. Like, I am so glad that I spent my time and money getting all of this stuff, because I can't imagine playing this game with a keyboard and mouse anymore. I'm so used to playing it like this now, I can't imagine going back to keyboard and mouse. How much is it all roughly, says Puddle? My entire setup cost just over £2,000, but the simulation gear here is about 400. Steering wheel and side panel were 230. Gear shifter was £70, handbrake was £30, ignition lock was £60, and the beacon light was £5. So yeah, for the whole thing, about £400 for all of my simulator gear, which is very reasonable. I am looking to upgrade the steering wheel though. What would you say is your favourite game, says Harry. My favourite game of all time, Harry, is Oddworld Abe's Exodus, which is a PS1 game from 1998. We played it on stream last year, and we're currently playing New and Tasty on stream, which is one of the later games in the series. But yeah, that's Abe's Exodus was the first video game I ever played. I've got such incredible memories of that game from my childhood, so nostalgic. And it still holds up, you know, it's an incredible game even 30 years on. Okay, we're gonna have to try and... I want to try and do some overtaking, but unfortunately there's already someone trying to overtake, and he's just kind of hovering in the oncoming lane. Look, there's another one. They're all at it. Not only is he overtaking on a corner, he's also overtaking while another person in front of him is trying to overtake as well. Is this online? It's not, person. It's single player. Thanks for following, Harry. Hey, Azure. How are you doing? Not heard from you for a while. How have you been? Euro Truck Race Simulator, says Marika. Honestly. Why are so many people driving in the oncoming lane? They're still there. Look, there's another one. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're overtaking on a blind corner, and you're you're never gonna get to the front. You're never gonna get. Look how many cars there are in front of me. You're never gonna get to the front, mate. What an idiot. There's another one. What the hell? Look at... There's a truck. Okay. Okay, so these people just don't know how to drive. Wait a minute. Hang on. Hold on a sec. Never mind. It's a dual carriageway. It's a dual carriageway. I didn't realise it was a dual carriageway because of how far apart the carriageways are. I thought this was two separate roads. This is a dual carriageway. I should have been in that lane the whole time. Okay, my bad. My bad. I didn't know it was a dual carriageway. But I mean, look how far apart the lanes are, right? Come on. Look, I could be forgiven for thinking that that's a separate road over there. Look how far away it is. Okay, okay, I'm sorry. I apologise. My bad. I was the wrong one in the wrong. It was my mistake. Let's just move on. Well, now that I know that, I can go in that lane as well. Silly. I'm sorry. I'll hang my head in shame. That was my mistake. Hi, Unmarked Veil. How are you doing? How are you getting reported so easily while I see things I shouldn't on here? Says yes, honestly. My thoughts exactly. Like, I've seen so much shit on TikTok that is, like, absolutely... It just should not be allowed. And it just goes up fine with no trouble. But then I dare to just exist and someone has a problem with that and I get reported for it. Good to see you still messing up this game, says Azure. You know it, you know it. I mean, it'd be no fun if I had any idea what I was doing, you know? That's where the entertainment value comes in me just not having a fucking clue. I've missed watching you, you've just been so busy. Oh, thank you, Azure. Well, you know, I'll always be here. I also can't stay for long today either. I'm currently in the car waiting for my fiance. Fair enough, Azure. Fair enough. All the same, it's good to have you back. Okay, so now we're back onto a single carriage road. Okay, so now we can't go in the left lane unless we're doing a quick overtake. I do enjoy these streams. Thank you, Unmarked Veil. I enjoy doing them as well. The thing is, it's one of those games where you'd think that it might get boring, but it doesn't. It's fun. I really enjoy it. This is exactly my kind of thing, you know. And especially when I'm having a nice chat with the viewers as well. You know, we're all having a good time, right? Now we can road rage, says Marika. We'll see, we'll see. No one can overtake you now, says Ursula. Very true. Again, we'll see, though. The thing is, I thought that they were trying to overtake me and being stupid about it, because that does actually happen. Like, on the play, they do actually overtake in places that it's not appropriate to overtake, you know? In this instance, I was the one in the wrong, but the AI traffic does actually do shit like that. Hello, Welsh TikToker. How are you doing today? How are we doing for sleep, by the way? Whoa! Nearly got Final Destination there. 6.5 hours till we need to sleep. Where can we get to? Okay, we can definitely get to Master Alam. Set the NPC cars to American for extra difficulty, says Marika. Honestly, there are dickhead drivers everywhere, though. You know, no matter what country you go to, there's always some people who don't deserve to have a license, really. What country are you currently in? We're still in Egypt at the minute, but we're heading towards Sudan. That was close. It was indeed, Welsh TikToker. That was a bit too close for comfort. Have you ever played racing games, or do you prefer slow and chilled games? I prefer slower, more chilled games, Harry. I'm no stranger to racing games, you know. There are a few racing games out there that I do enjoy. Not anything recent, though, to be honest. Like I say, racing's never really been my cup of tea. But I have played racing games, and I have enjoyed a few racing games in my time. What shoes do you normally wear, says Lucas? Odd question, Lucas. Most of my shoes are here on my shoe rack, so I can show you. I've got these are my like everyday shoes. I call them my fake Converse because they like look like Converse, but they're not. They're actually from Primark. And then I've got these ones, L Sport. They're very comfortable. I wear these ones when I go like walking and stuff like that. They're very comfortable for that. I've got some fancier shoes. I've got some high heels there for when I go out. Not that I really get a chance to go out much, but I've got some slightly fancier shoes for that kind of thing. And I've also got some proper walking boots, which I don't wear very often, but I wear, you know, if you've seen my Peak District videos, I wear my walking boots when I go to the Peak District, because it's you know, you kind of need boots that are suitable for long, potentially muddy walks. So I've got my walking boots, but they're not. I don't keep them on my shoe rack because they're normally covered in mud, and I don't want that in my bedroom. Thanks for following Star Wars King 9112. Thank you for the answer. Sorry for the odd question, I was wondering. That's alright, Lucas, that's alright. Like I say, I've got a few pairs. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've probably got about 8 pairs. But only like... I only really wear like 2 of them regularly, and the rest are for like specific occasions, you know. Where are you heading? We are currently heading to Sudan. We're in Egypt right now, but eventually we are making our way to Myanmar. We're going to be getting the ferry to from Sudan to China. Vinted is the best, says Puddle. Honestly, love Vinted. Got quite a few of my outfits from Vinted. I've said it before, but I'm not really a prude about second-hand clothes. I know a lot of people are a bit funny about wearing second-hand clothes. I've never had a problem with it. I like getting stuff on Vinted. I like visiting the charity shops and all that. I've got some of my favourite outfits are things that I've picked up in charity shops. You'd be surprised what you can find, you know. And I think a lot of people need to kind of get over that stigma around second-hand clothes, because I don't see the problem really. As long as they've been washed properly before being donated, what's the problem with wearing second-hand clothes? I don't see the difference between wearing something that someone else has worn before and something that I've worn before, you know, because I've worn the same outfits, you know, not... You know what I mean, you know what I mean. I don't see why there's so much of a stigma around it. Mags says, I shit in my leggings and then donate them. Well, if that's true, Mags, they just get thrown out. Like, anything that's like soiled just gets thrown away. This is another thing. I think people have this idea in their head that when stuff gets donated to the charity shop, they'll just sell all of it. Like if you donate some shit-stained pair of jeans with a hole this big in the arse, that they'll still sell it. Like, no, they won't. If you donate clothes that are ruined, they'll just chuck them away. Sorry to put it so bluntly, but you know, you get my point. Marika says, I'm not brave enough. I like department stores with multiple sizes for me to try. I'm not confident enough to rock a thrift fit. That's fair enough, Marika. I do get that. I get, I hate trying on clothes in public places. I hate trying on clothes in shops and stuff like that. Generally, I'll kind of buy stuff blind, to be honest. I'll just look at something and be like, yeah, that'll probably fit me. And if I get it home and it doesn't fit me, then then it's my loss. I've wasted my money. But yeah, generally speaking, I just kind of look at stuff and I'll be like, yeah, that looks like it'll fit. I'll have it. Let me join, says Roman. I'm on single player today, Roman, sorry. I need to try that. You only live once. Honestly, Marika, honestly. To be honest, there's only been a couple of occasions where I've regretted it. There's only been a couple of occasions where I've bought things that are too big. I can safely say I've never bought anything that was too small for me, because I'm literally the skinniest person alive. A good rule of thumb for me is to just buy the smallest item of clothing I physically can, and it will probably fit. Which is both a blessing and a curse. But yeah, for the most part, there have been a couple of times where I bought stuff that's too big for me, but it hasn't happened very often. I'm not sure if you missed it, but Bus Simulator was free the other week. Ah, which Bus Simulator, Roman? I've already got OMSI, which we did play on stream a little bit back in the day. 21. I've got 21 actually. So I think about a year ago, they did a Humble bundle with a load of different simulator games in it. It had Bus Sim 18, Bus Sim 21. There was a construction simulator in there, and there were a couple of other bits and pieces in it as well. I think it was 40 quid. So I have got that game. I picked it up in a Humble bundle not too long ago. Maybe we could check it out on stream one day, who knows. Hi Fred, how are you doing? Do you like it? It's not bad, it's not bad. I'm not really a bus person, to be honest. I've said it before, but I've never really been that interested in buses, so Bus Simulator's not really my cup of tea. We did play OMSI on stream, and it wasn't too bad. But it's not really the kind of game that I'd play in my free time, to be honest. Like I say, I kind of just got it as part of a bundle with all these other games. Unrealistic? Yeah, I've heard it's not the most accurate of simulators. From what I've heard, if you want an accurate bus simulator, OMSI is the best one to go for. Like it's like the bus simulator to get. Why aren't you doing Farming Sim? Because it's not Friday, Fred. I only play Farming Sim on Fridays. I have a schedule, and it's very important to me to stick to the schedule, because I do have a lot of viewers who can only watch on certain days, and it's nice for them to be able to know that I'm always going to be streaming the same game on a certain day. Like if, for example, one of my viewers wants to watch me play Factorio, they know that that's always going to be on a Thursday. How to get this map. All of my map mods are from Truckee Mods. This one I think is Horn of Africa. But yeah, apart from Pro Mods, everything else that I've got I download from Truckee Mods, which is... I'd recommend going there if you want to check out map mods for Euro Truck. Do you need all the map DLC? You do, yes, you need all the map DLC for Pro Mods, and you need Pro Mods for most of the other stuff. Oh, I need to put in my next rest stop, by the way. Halaib is 16 hours away. I think we can get there. We can get there. And then we can sleep at the border. We're making good progress, though. I predicted at the start that we'd probably get as far as China today. Like, if we get to Port Sudan and then get on the ferry to China. Whether we might even get a bit further than that, I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. We are making good progress, though. It's 4:45, by the way. I didn't realise. We're already halfway through the stream. I didn't realise how long we'd been live. It's flown by today. So thank you everyone for being here. It's been a good one so far. Traffic again, though. There's been quite a bit of traffic today. More so than usual. Starting to get dark as well, I think. There's not enough room to overtake here, though. Sorry, I've got an itch on my leg. What's that? An obelisk. Right-hand drive truck on left-hand traffic always makes me crash, says the lovable stoner. Yeah, I'm just used to it. I'm just used to it. Because when I first got the game, I started in the UK. So I obviously got a right-hand drive truck. And then when I started going into Europe, I just, you know, was already used to having the right-hand drive truck, so I just stuck with it. But because I spend most of my time in Europe now on the game, I've spent more time driving on the right-hand side than I have on the left, so I've just gotten used to driving a right-hand drive vehicle on the right-hand side of the road. Hey, how are you? I'm good, Tiffany. How are you doing? Getting Truck Sims back. It is indeed, Robert. How are you doing? An obelisk, says Puddle. Yes, an obelisk. I'm given to understand that there are quite a few of those in Egypt. Although that one just seemed to be at the side of the road, randomly. crazy that the ancient Egyptians just so happened to build an obelisk right there at the side of that road. How did they know? Are you going to shoot yourself if you see a pyramid? I don't think we can see the pyramids, Puddle, unfortunately. I don't think Cairo is actually in the game. Yeah, because Cairo... Isn't Cairo here somewhere? We can't actually visit it. Or is it on... No, isn't... Wait, is Cairo on the north coast? Somewhere. Either way, we can't actually go to Cairo, which is where the big pyramids are. And I don't think any of the smaller pyramids will be represented in the game. And what's the point then? Honestly. Pyramids are in Giza. Oh yeah, sorry James, yeah, my mistake. The pyramids are in Giza, not Cairo. But that's not in the game either, so we still can't go to them. My friend's dad used to drive a Peterbilt Model 378. Nice, nice, Robert. I'm doing good. That's awesome. You're doing as good as well. Thank you, Tiffany. Yeah, it's been pretty good. Had a pretty busy week so far. Yesterday, I went to the bank to get my name changed on my bank account. So I should be getting a new card this week. I got my new driver's license last Friday. That's with my new name on it as well. And then on Friday I've got to send some documents to the passport office so I can get that sorted too. So it's been a bit of a hectic week so far. But it's nice to just sit back and relax a little bit and play some Euro Truck. This is awfully boring to watch, maybe not to play, says Comedy Pranks. Well, the thing is, though, you're not just watching me play Comedy Pranks, right? That's why I'm doing it as a stream instead of a video, because if I was just sat here in silence for 3 hours, yeah, that'd be pretty boring. But I'm here to interact with the audience as well. That's really the main reason that I do these streams, is to chat, right? The game is like secondary, really, to the chat. Thank you for following CAFCA1EX34. That sounds suspiciously like a postcode, but thank you for following. What's the meaning behind that username, out of interest? I'm always interested in learning where people's usernames come from, you know, what sort of inspired that. I'm starting to look a bit dark again. I might turn the brightness back up on my smart lights. Shouldn't be doing it while I'm driving, but oh well. I've made my choice. I'll take the risk and face the consequences. There we go. CAFC is a football club. Ah, okay. Thanks for letting me know. My name is because I make things for Farm Sim. Nice one, Scottish Modding. Anything that I would know? Maybe I might even already have some of your mods in my playset. I don't know. I make maps. Ah, okay. I think the problem with my light isn't the brightness, it's the colour. Like, for some reason I look quite blue. Which is weird, because I've got my light on, like, I've got, like, quite a warm colour on my lights. But I still look a bit blue for some reason. We'll live, we'll live. I'm Puddle because my fiance said you're my missing puzzle piece, but said Puddle instead by accident. Oh, okay, that's a cute story, Puddle. I see something wrong, says Glunteriz. What's wrong, Glunteriz? Do tell. it's weird. I don't know why. It's better than before. It's better than having the curtains open and having my face completely washed out. At least you can see me. I might look a bit pasty and blue, but at least you can see me. Maybe it's the dress, actually. Maybe the dress is so blue that it's, you know, that it's like it's giving a blue tint to the whole camera. I have had that happen before when I've been wearing particularly vibrant outfits. They kind of cast a bit of colour. Can I join? It's single player, short clips, sorry. Have you hired any truckers in the game? We have indeed, yes. We've got, I think, about 11 or 12 other employees at our company. I want to overtake, but I think this is a very bad time to overtake when it's dark and I can't see what's in front of me. I mean, that guy's risking it. Go on. If he's risking it, I'm risking it. I'm playing Phasmophobia. Nice one, Bruno. How is it? I've still haven't played since the latest update, and I really want to. But it's all a case of, you know, whenever people are free to play it. Are you a strict boss or a joyful one? Says yes. I'm fairly easy. Yes. What truck, says Freddy? This is the Scania Streamline R730. It's going well. I'm just doing insanity mode solo. Whoa, Bruno. Living on the edge, man. I can barely do insanity mode with friends. Like, we did a 4-person insanity mode once and we still struggled. Where's your wheel from? Says Relatable Thoughts. Logitech. It's the Logitech G heavy equipment wheel. Are you the owner of your company? Says Horse Lover. In the game, yeah. Yeah, in game you're automatically like the boss of your own company, and then you can hire drivers and stuff like that, and buy garages and whatever, and manage all of your trucks. Water Lemon on Twitch says, getting my first wheel tomorrow. Nice one, Water Lemon. What are you going for? What wheel are you getting? I'm gonna have to take a drink because my throat's starting to go a bit. Apologies. There we go. Let's see if that hasn't really helped. Okay. Moser R5 and a cheap rig for it. Nice one, nice one. I've heard very good things about Moser. I'm very sorry that I keep clearing my throat. Yeah, I've heard good things about Moser. The thing is, though, for me personally, Moser's a little bit out of my price range. Like, even with a cheap rig, it's just a bit too much for me. Drink water, says Scottish Modding. Oh, but Monster tastes so much nicer. Whereabouts are we right now? Oh, we're right in the middle of the Halaib Triangle. Waiting for ETS2 to go on discount, gotta save somewhere. Yeah, I get that, Waterleyman. I'm always like that. Whenever I make a big purchase, I'm always like, right, from now on, I'm not buying anything else unless it's on sale. How much is your setup? Says Robbie. As Puddle says, 2k for the whole setup. The sim gear, about £400. If you want to know the specifics, by the way, do check out my second pinned video on my profile on TikTok. It'll tell you everything you need to know about where everything's from and how much it all costs. ETS is on sale right now, says Scottish Modding. It's 60% off. Waterleyman, so get it now, quick. It's always on sale though, to be fair. Euro Truck is, whenever Steam has any kind of sale, it's always on it. What platform? Steam. Steam's the best place to get it anyway. Like, what a game changer Steam was, to be honest. Can we talk about how Steam has just revolutionized digital games? Like, pretty much every game I own is on Steam. I do have Epic as well, and I've got a couple of games through Epic, like SnowRunner, for example. But just, I can't... Steam is so convenient, you know? Our discounts country specific seems full price for me. Oh, maybe then, Waterleyman. Where are you watching from? Are you in the States? Maybe. Finland. Oh, it's not on sale in Finland. Maybe it's only in the UK at the minute. I don't know. ETS is £16. That's the normal price though, right? £16 is full price. What Steam, says Horselover? Steam is a digital game distribution platform. No, 32 is. 30... Euro Truck Simulator has never cost £32. It has never been that expensive. If you've paid £32 from it, you've been scammed. Yes, I'm sorry to say. So just like App Store on iPhone? Kind of, yeah, essentially. What GPU do you have, says Jack Duckett? I've got an RTX 2070, which is 8 gigabytes. Do you do this full time, says Storm? I don't, Storm, no. I do 3 streams a week. This week I'm doing Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Oh. Oh, $32, not pounds, says yes. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Like say, here in the UK, it's never been more than like £16. I think it's like $16.50 or something at normal price. But it is on sale very frequently as well. Okay, we're arriving at the border. We're about to cross over into Sudan. Wait, weren't we already in Sudan? No. Oh, no. Well, we're in the Halaib Triangle, which is claimed by both Sudan and Egypt. It's disputed territory. So technically, we are in Sudan right now, but we're also not. Horse Lover says $32 is £23. In which case, then, it sounds like the game is still overpriced in the US compared to the UK, because here in the UK it only costs £16, which I guess would work out to like $25-ish. But it's never cost that much here in the UK. My voice is going again. If you don't mind me asking what your pronouns, she, her, thanks for asking, Ted. Nearly. We've been following this truck, by the way, since Marsa Alam, which was way, way back. But looks like we're finally gonna get past it. Rate of currency is always changing. That's very true, yeah. And I think the pound isn't doing too well at the minute. Mind you, I can't imagine the dollar's doing the best right now either, is it? Do you have pedals? I do, Puddle, yes. I've got brake and accelerate, but no clutch, unfortunately. Not yet. I'm cutting. I'm cutting. Sudan! We made it! And it's just gone 5, so unless it takes us an hour to get across Sudan, I think we're going to be okay. Did you just queue jump, says Dre Dog? I don't think it was really queue jumping. We were already through the queue, we were already through the checkpoint. How much is that sim, says Good Point? I think it's like a £5 at the minute because it's on sale. Clutch while you're doing long haul would be a nightmare, says Puddle. It could be, yeah, but it could. I think it'd be more realistic as well. I do want to get a clutch pedal for a bit of extra realism. Thankfully, Euro Truck does have auto clutch, so you can use a gear shifter even without a clutch pedal. But I definitely would like to get one. The steering wheel. Oh, the steering wheel, £230 for the steering wheel and side panel. The gear shifter was £70, the handbrake was £30, the ignition key was £60, and the beacon light was £5. Those turn signals and the quiet cab are so soothing. Thank you, Marika. It is very soothing hearing the indicator going and just hearing the engine idling. Fiance says they're all mostly automatic now. Yeah, that's true. There aren't many manual trucks these days. In fact, this isn't even a manual truck. This truck has an automatic gearbox. So technically it's unrealistic to even be playing it with a gear shifter, but I don't know, it's more fun, you know, it's more fun and more involved playing with the gear shifter. I like it. How long was the journey you're on? God, I don't know. This has been a long journey. We've still got another 300 hours, and we've been driving for... We're only about halfway, so I think it was like a 700-hour job or something like that. Easy to set up, says Good Boy. Yeah, honestly, all of this sim gear is super easy to set up, especially for Euro Truck Simulator. It's mostly plug and play. The great thing about Euro Truck is that you can map any control, like literally any controller at all. You plug it into Euro Truck and it will let you map every single button individually. So you can play this with anything. Like, you could literally plug like a flight sim gear stick into this and you could play the game with that if you really wanted to. Euro Truck is just so peripheral friendly. Like, anything will work with this game. It's such a stark contrast to some other games that I've played. Like, we tried playing Roadcraft on stream just a few weeks ago, I couldn't even play that with a steering wheel. Like, I had to play that with a controller because it didn't recognize this steering wheel. It's so crazy to me that a game that's specifically designed for driving just didn't have any consideration given to steering wheels. But this game does. This game is really easy to play. Are you on multiplayer? I'm not, Truckspotter. No, single player today. Any interest in flight sim, says Queen Marika. No, Marika. I'm not interested in planes. I've never been interested in flying. Not my cup of tea. I've got a friend who's really into flight sim though. He's got like, where I've got all the truck sim gear, he's got all like the flight sticks and stuff like that, which is really cool. But yeah, it's just not my cup of tea really. Space sims with a wheel, says Waterliman. What are space sims? What's an example of a space sim game? With planes, when you're in the air, there's minimal controls. Yeah, I think with a plane, once you're off the ground, apart from like taking off and landing, you pretty much just sort of sit there, right? Which personally I don't think would be very exciting. Hey, Alistair. What kind of road is that, says Horse Lover. Yeah, we're on a dirt track right now. There's a lot of these in this part of the map. We can't drive too fast on this either because this, like, there are like bumps that you can't see. Sometimes you will randomly hit a bump that's like completely invisible and it'll send you flying up into the air, so we'll try and keep our speeds to about 50. The speed limit is 25, but that's a bit too slow. What country are you in right now? We're currently in Sudan. We're heading to Port Sudan, where we're going to take the ferry to Dalian in China, and then another ferry to Singapore. I tried dual joysticks for Elite Dangerous some time back, but wasn't really my thing, so sold them. That's fair enough. Fair enough, Waterleman. I feel like you'd be the sort to do long commercial flights, says Marika. Nah, like I say, if I even did play Flight Sim, which I personally I don't think I ever will, because I just don't have the interest. But if I ever were to play the game, I'd prefer to do like really short flights because there's more, like it's a bit more involved with the takeoff and landing and stuff. I wouldn't want to do a flight where you're just in the air for ages, just flying in a straight line, you know, doing basically not touching anything. Elite Dangerous is what I play for my cargo transporting jollies. Nice one. This road is going to go on forever, by the way. This is going to be... In fact, I think I've been on... Yeah, I've been on this road before. You may recall a very long time ago when we drove from the Faroe Islands to South Africa. This is the route that we took, I believe, through Sudan. Or no, wait, we might have gone... it might have been this way. But either way, I've been on this road before. What's your schedule? Says yes. My schedule for this week, I'm going to be playing Factorio on Thursday and Train Simulator on Saturday. Really looking forward to Factorio as well. It's been a while again. The thing is, Factorio is one of those games that I'm always so excited to play on stream, but it always ends up getting cancelled. I've cancelled like 5 different... I've cancelled Factorio Thursday like 5 times. And it's always a shame. I don't know why, but that game in particular always just happens to fall on a day where I've got something else, you know, where I end up being busy. But I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully nothing's going to go wrong this week and we will get to do Factorio on Thursday. Very excited to get back into it. Ever played colony sims like RimWorld or Dwarf Fortress? I've played Surviving Mars, which I guess is kind of in that same vein, but it's more... I don't know. I think it's a bit less involved than those games. I've never played RimWorld or Dwarf Fortress specifically. Saul clearly hates Factorio, says Marika. That's the thing. Like, I really love Factorio. Like, it's such an addictive game. When I first bought Factorio, I bought it on, like... I bought the demo, because it's got a free demo. The game's £30, right? Which is quite a lot of money. So when I was considering buying the game, I thought, well, it's 30 quid. Do I really want to spend that much money on a game? It doesn't look like it's worth 30 quid, but I played the demo. I got so into it. Like, I played the demo for like 12 hours straight. So I immediately bought the full game, and the very first weekend that I had the game, I racked up like 60 hours of gameplay in it. It's such an addictive game. It really is. It's such a great game. It's so addictive. Once you start playing it, you can't put it down, you know. Which again is why it's such a shame that whenever I want to play it on stream, something gets in the way. Any interest in Satisfactory? Yeah, I've never played Satisfactory, but I've heard, you know, that it's essentially just the 3D version of Factorio, which would definitely be something that I'd be interested in. But I've never gotten around to checking it out. The thing is, for me, with Satisfactory, is when someone comes along and says, you should play Satisfactory, it's just like Factorio. In my head, I'm like, well, if it's just like Factorio, why don't I just keep playing Factorio, right? Because I love Factorio. It's something that I'd consider checking out, for sure, but I don't need 2 highly addictive factory-based games. One's enough for me for now. Dyson Sphere program was fine too. Yeah, that's another one. I've never played it, but I've had that game on my Steam wishlist for like 2 years and just never got around to adding it to cart. Oh shit, this road is... I didn't realise there was oncoming traffic on this road. Africa? Yes, we are in Africa, Duke Boot. Is the game still good even without the steering wheel? Absolutely, 48PL. It's a fantastic game with or without the steering wheel. You can play it with a controller, you can play it with a keyboard and mouse. I definitely think that having a steering wheel elevates the experience, and I can't imagine going back to a keyboard and mouse now. But it is a great game on its own, even if you are playing with a keyboard and mouse, you know. Why is the graphics so bad? That's because of the map area that we're in. Just the terrain and the scenery in this area just isn't very high poly. very high resolution. You've kind of got to deal with that with this game. If you play, especially if you're playing with a lot of mods, you've kind of got to accept the fact that in certain areas, the mod makers will not have put as much attention into the resolution of the textures and stuff. Is it better in the UK or like France? Yeah, the base game areas are much more detailed. I'm playing with mods, so this you can't go to Africa in the actual game. You have to have a mod for that. That stutter must get annoying, says Pappy Chuckle. Honestly, I genuinely don't even notice it. I actually don't notice it until someone points it out. They're like, why is the game stuttering so much? And then I'm like, oh yeah, it is. I'm actually going to buy it right now. You've convinced me. Is it the 25 version? It's just called Euro Truck Simulator 2. Puddle. When I had the joysticks, I plugged one into a racing game for fun. Nice one, Water Lemon. I guess it's not wholly unrealistic to play a racing game with flight sticks, because a lot of like really high-end cars, like race cars, have, instead of a steering wheel, they have almost like a they do have a like a controller that almost looks like a pair of flight sticks. You know what I mean? Can't wait for the Iceland DLC that's coming up. Oh, me too, Duke Boot. Really looking forward to that. I still want Ireland, though. Why have we still not got the Republic of Ireland in Euro Truck Simulator? Pull your finger out, SCS Software. The next DLC better be Ireland. It better be Ireland. ProMods has it. It does indeed. Yes, and we have been there many times. We were there just a few weeks ago, actually. But it will be great to see it as an official DLC. Like I say, it is currently the only country in Europe that isn't in the game. Apart from Iceland, but they are working on Iceland right now. So once that DLC's been released, Ireland will be the only country in Europe that isn't in Euro Truck Simulator. And I think that's stupid. I think it's so stupid that they've never added Ireland. Is this the Middle East map, says Fuck the NWO? This is Horn of Africa, this mod. Horn of Africa. It adds in Egypt and Sudan. And, like, Somalia as well, but we're not going there. I feel like they've whoever made this mod has kind of done Port Sudan dirty here. I mean, maybe it does look like this in real life, but this feels a bit mean. Do we need petrol? Oh, we do need petrol. Why are we so low on petrol? And also, why can I not actually get into the petrol station? Are those static vehicles or are those AI vehicles? Either way, we're not going to be able to get in there, so we'll have to refuel when we get to China. I hope that rail line isn't active, you know, because there's a truck parked right over the line right now. I don't think it is. I think it's just decorative. Either way, they're a bunch of wankers, says Marika. Yeah. Honestly. There's another petrol station here, though, so we might be able to refuel at this one. There we go. That shifter seems really shit, says Corey D. Well, it's literally one of the best shifters you're gonna get. It's from Thrustmaster, who are like one of the most respected makers of sim gear on the market right now. I also don't know how you can make a judgment like it looks shit when you're watching on a mobile phone and it's like 5 pixels high. Like, you really can't see the gear shifter enough to make that kind of judgment call, right? Okay, I'm going. Never mind. Oh shit, we cargo damage! We got our first bit of cargo damage. That means we're going to get a penalty. Oh well, never mind. It is what it is. I mean, I've got £12.6 million anyway. I don't really care. I'm just driving for the fun of it at this point. Why is sim gear so expensive and such a big market if there's no high quality truck game? I mean, I would argue that the Euro Truck is a fairly high quality game, Joe. And there are plenty of other high quality truck games that this gear works with, like SnowRunner, for example. SnowRunner, in my opinion, is one of the most realistic driving experiences you can get. And it is compatible with all of this sim gear. Hi Harry, how are you doing, by the way? Hi Cat Elizabeth, how are you? Go, 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 go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. That'll do. Let me back in. I'm good, what about you? I'm good, Cat, thank you. Should we try again? Let's try again, after this truck. Great game on the PC, this. It is indeed, Stephen. What a game. I was looking into SnowRunner, but read conflicting opinions on the wheel support. I have heard that there are a few wheels that it's a bit funny with. For me personally, this wheel works fine with it. I mean, I think the best option is to just look at your specific wheel and see if it's supported. With Roadcraft, though, God, Roadcraft was terrible. It didn't have... It has barely any wheel support. Don't buy Roadcraft. I don't recommend Roadcraft. If you're a fan of Mudrunner and SnowRunner and you're expecting like a similar experience with Roadcraft, you are mistaken. It is not a similar game at all. It's a completely different and, in my opinion, much worse experience. Don't play Roadcraft. Hi, Saul. How are you? I'm good, Paul. How are you doing? We're just arriving at Suakin. I can see the docks. We're about to get the ferry to China. Then we got to get another ferry to Singapore. The amount of ferries we've taken on this drive, honestly. Have you done any walks yet, says Paul? I haven't, Paul, no. Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance recently. The weather's started to turn again, and there have been a few good days recently, but I think we're getting to the time of year now where, you know, the good weather is going to be once in a while, and it's really hard to plan a walk when you don't know what the weather's going to be like. Like, I don't want to plan a walk on, you know, a specific day, and then when that day comes around, it's pissing it down with rain, right? There are a couple more walks that I'd like to do today. Not today. There's a couple more walks I'd like to do this year. Specifically, I'd like to do Frogger Edge in Grindleford, and I'd also like to try and get to the top of... what's it called? Kinder Scout. I'd like to do Kinder Scout, the highest point in the Peak District. That'd be an interesting day out. But yeah, I don't know for definite if I'm going to be doing any more of those videos this year, but I'd certainly like to. Base games would be cheap, but then I look at the hundreds of euros worth of essential-looking DLC. If you're talking about Euro Truck Water Lemon, don't worry about the DLC. You don't actually need any of it. The maps are definitely good to get, but they are optional. You can have just as much fun without them. Same goes for SnowRunner. Actually, there's quite a lot of DLC for SnowRunner, but it's all, you know, it's more than enough. There's more than enough content without it. Okay, we're going to get the ferry now to Dalian Port, China. It's going to take 179 hours and cost us £1,626. Let's go. How long has this route taken so far, says Stephen? Quite a while, Stephen. We started in Turkey. We've been through Egypt and now into Sudan. It's taken us, well, it took us the entire of last live stream and all of this live stream so far, about 5.5 hours of driving we've put into it so far. But we are getting near to the end now. Once we're in Singapore, it should be a fairly straightforward drive from there to Myanmar. It hasn't frozen, has it? I can't hear the music, which is a bad sign. My rule of thumb is, if the music stops, the game has usually crashed. Or frozen. And the music has stopped, so that's not a good sign. I'll give it a minute. It might just be a really long load time. But it may also be frozen. Anyway, how's everyone doing? What's everyone's plans for this evening? Anything nice? Anyone got a nice dinner planned or anything like that? Chimsky says, remember when games used to freeze on my Spectrum 128K? Damn. It's crazy how games still freeze in this day and age. Not good enough. Okay, I think it's frozen. It's it doesn't normally take this long to load, and the textures in the background aren't moving. I think we'll say it's frozen. I'm just checking Task Manager. It says it's not responding. Okay, we'll relaunch the game, and hopefully we haven't lost too much progress there. So just give me a second. We've come a long way, but not that far. Yeah, honestly, Chimsky. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Okay, we jump straight back in. And hopefully we haven't lost too much progress. What are you playing on, says Fredster? I'm playing on my PC, Fredster. It's a custom PC from Bedrock Computers. It's got an Intel i5, 12400F CPU, 32 gigs RAM, and an 8GB RTX 2070 graphics card. Not exactly top of the range, but not exactly bottom of the range either. It's sort of it's in the middle. It's middling. But it's good. It's fine for it suits my purposes, you know. It's fine for what I need it for. Because I don't really play any games that are that graphically intensive. I see you play this game quite a lot. Aren't you bored yet? Says O'Brien. No. I've played this game. I think I've got like... Excuse me. I think I've got about 700 hours in this game. And I'm definitely not bored of it. I'm showing no signs of boredom yet. It may take a minute to load back in, by the way. Just giving you fair warning. While we're waiting, I'll show you my new Lego. I got a... It's a little space shuttle, little Challenger style space shuttle, which I got for $8.99, very cheap for a Lego set. So that's pretty cool. It's a creator set as well, so it can be rebuilt into a couple of other things. But I like the little rocket, little shuttle. You can't really see it on my desk because it's completely washed out by my desk lights. So it just kind of blends into the whiteboard there. I like the Lego architecture ones. I bought my mum one and she loved it. Oh yeah, I've got the London skyline in Lego architecture, which is pretty cool. If you're looking for presents for your mum, the Lego flowers are incredible. I've got 5 of those now. I've got dandelions, not dandelions, daffodils, mini orchid, plum blossom, chrysanthemum, and bamboo shoots. I've got 5 different Lego plants. But the Lego Botanical Collection, really, really cool. Really great gift idea for like an older Lego fan, or just a nice gift in general, you know? It's like a jigsaw with a bit of style. Exactly, Chimsky, exactly. And the thing is, with the flowers as well, you can just display them like you would with real flowers. Like I've got the Lego chrysanthemum. I've got that on the kitchen table, you know, just as if it was a real flower in a real pot. They're really, really accurate, and they're really cool, like, display pieces. But unlike a real flower, you know, they don't need watering, they don't wilt, they don't need replacing, you know. So they're pretty cool. I do recommend. In fact, I haven't actually shown the mini orchid on stream because I only got that a few weeks ago as well. Wait here just a second. I'll show you it. There we go. This is the mini orchid. This was like 20 quid, so very cheap set. But it's really cool. I can't believe how accurate they are. Like it even has a pot. It even comes with the pot. Really, really cute. Really accurate set. So yeah, if you're looking for a gift for your loved ones, get them a Lego flower. They're really cool. Is that Lego pieces like normal ones? Yep, it's completely regular Lego. Entirely made of regular Lego bricks. If I just pop this off, look, you can see... Well, you can't see very well, but it's got just your standard Lego studs. But yeah, really cool. Really nice really nice little Lego set there. What's next to your shifter? Says Christian. That's the astronomer. That's the shuttle, the space shuttle, which I just recently acquired. Oh shit! I've just broken the base. But yeah, that's a cool one as well. The plugged-in thing. Oh, this here is a handbrake. You'll see it in action when we get back into the game, which hopefully won't take much longer. It always takes a while to load in, just because of how many mods I've got. But yeah, anyway. Oh, we're back in now. I am thinking of doing another Lego tour video soon, by the way, because I've got quite a few new bits of Lego. I've got the space shuttle there, the chrysanthemum. I've also got I've got the marine chronometer. What else have I got? Oh, I've got a plane. I got a little prop plane recently as well. So there might be another. There'll probably be another Lego video coming soon. Here we go. Okay, we didn't lose too much progress, fortunately. We're still basically at the port. Hold on. I have 200 mods for ETS. Me too, Scottish Modding. I think I've got 198 mods active. Most of them are paid mods. Ah, see, most of my mods are free. Well, all of my mods are free, actually. I don't have any paid mods. I'm not a big fan of paid mods, to be honest. There's a couple of paid mods I've seen that look quite good. But I don't like the idea of paying for mods, honestly. How do you feel about pasta bake, says Puddle. I love pasta bake. I am a sucker for pasta bake, any pasta bake, tuna pasta bake, sausage pasta bake, even just cheese. Like if it's just cheese and pasta, fine by me. I love pasta bake. What a great meal. I've got a jar of pasta bake sauce in the cupboard right now. Actually, I could have a pasta bake tonight. We're having that tonight, says Puddle. Maybe I will as well. You put the idea in my head now. I might also have a pasta bake. Okay, moment of truth. Let's see if it crashes again here. If it does, there's really nothing we can do about it. We might have to end the stream early because there's no way... I mean, I just don't think it's even possible to get there if we can't get across here. Might be a mod. Yeah, it's probably a mod conflict. It's usually a mod conflict. You play with 200 mods, you get mod conflicts, you know? It happens. I think it's frozen again immediately. It could be the load order. It might not be able to find the port that we're supposed to be going to. Usually that's fixable by just changing the order of the mods in the load order. But obviously I'm not going to sit and do that in on stream because it'll take forever to figure out what order it is and what's causing it. I think we might have to call this a day here then. Because realistically, I don't think there's any way we're going to get around this. Not in any short amount of time, anyway. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to quit the game again. But I'm not going to end just yet. It is only 1:45. We still have another 15 minutes. So I guess one thing I could do before we finish is I can actually show you my mod list, because people are always asking about my mods. People are always wanting to see what mods I've got. So before we finish up, let me actually show you the mods that I'm using. I guess I can hang up the keys. We're not going to need those anymore for the rest of the day. Part of the... yeah, okay. It keeps giving me this message because I've bought the Farm Machinery DLC, but I can't actually use it because I'm playing on an older version at the minute. So it always says that. Okay, mods. 194 active. And here they all are. Look at all that. Wow. Okay, I'll give you a bit of a talk through it. I guess we'll start at the top because this is where most of the Steam Workshop mods are. I do have a few bits and pieces from the Steam Workshop. So we got 4K trees, we got 4K grass, we got realistic vehicle lights, realistic rain and water, realistic graphics, street lamps with fog. Those are kind of all the graphic overhaul-y kind of things. Then we got the map stuff. As in the navigation stuff. We got Waze navigation that adds in the Waze in-game sat-nav. That's pretty cool. And we got dark mode for that as well. Then we have immersive symbols. This is the mod that hides all of the markers on the map. Because for me personally, it kind of takes you out of the game a little bit when you go to a petrol station and there's like a giant glowing mark on the floor to show you where to stop. What this mod does is it replaces all of the markers with like more subtle things. Like for example, it replaces the markers at the petrol station with like a manhole, so you just park on top of the manhole instead. It's a nice little mod that kind of just makes it feel a little bit more immersive, you know. We got Farzel's Cab Cats. What an incredible mod. This is on the Steam Workshop. If you want to get a cat in the truck, get Farzel's Cab Cats. They're fully animated as well. They're really, really cool. Definitely get that. We got real fuel prices, real train lengths, real train sounds, real traffic density, etc, etc. Again, just little bits of realism. We got Pride accessories, for obvious reasons. We got Pride flags as well, and obviously I've got a Trans Pride flag in the truck, as well as the truck being painted in Trans Pride colours. We got buses. We got the Carosa 95X, and I do actually own a couple of buses as well, but I don't really use them on stream. Then we got our Pro Mods cabin accessories and trailers. This is all just standard Pro Mod stuff. Then we get into the maps. The maps is the interesting thing. This is all the stuff that adds in new countries and new cities and new roads and all that kind of thing. So, we got more Russia. We got Road to Argangelsk. We got Project Russia. We got Kazakhstan. We got Far East Russia. All of those just add in various parts of Russia. We've got Rhineland, which is an overhaul of the Rhineland area of Germany. We got Bulgarian Focus, which overhauls Bulgaria. We got North Map, that's, I think, Africa. That's North Africa. Then we've also got West Africa. We've got SJ Map. What's SJ Map? I forget. Hold on. Oh, that's the north, very far north of the Scandinavian countries. Cabin Cat is my favourite. It's a great mod. It's a great mod, Puddle. How do you get the ProMods cabin accessories? They're from the ProMods website. Just head directly to promods.net, I believe it is, and you can download it there. Same with all the other ProMod stuff. Thanks for following, Chimpsky, by the way. Okay, we've got Sinagoye. That literally just adds in one single village. So, some of these mods are very, very small, and then some are really huge. Like Iberia Map, that reworks the whole of Spain, so that's quite a big one. Ireland Map, that adds in the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland. Latvia rebuilds Latvia, of course. L Enclaves and Balearic Islands. That adds in some of the smaller Spanish islands in like the Mediterranean and stuff like that. Sud de France, that I believe overhauls the southern area of France. We got Nauru. We got Emden, that's another, and Père-la-Château, they're other ones that just add in one or two cities. I'm trying to find some of the other big stuff. Ukraine expansion, that's a pretty big one. Italy map project, quite big as well. Row extended, that's huge. That adds in Romania and a lot of other like Eastern European / Western Asian places. Poland rebuilding, that's a big one as well. That completely rebuilds Poland. Off the grid Russia, these are all connections, so ignore those. Northern open spaces, that's for Russia. North map, that's for Russia. Altai map, that's Russia. Ural map is Russia. Trans-Siberia is Russia. Belt of the Tundra is Russia. Off the grid is Russia. Rus map is Russia. The thing is, Russia's such a big country that there's like 50 different mods that just add in various parts of Russia. And even with all of those, there's only like half of Russia represented, even with all those mods. We got Project Palestine, obviously, Free Palestine. We've got SFIG, which adds in Greenland, Finland, Iceland. I forget. Hang on, let's check. Shetland, Faroe Islands, Greenland, and Canada. That's SFIG. How much of the mods, says Draydog? They are completely free, Draydog. All of these mods are free. They're all from a website called Trucky Mods. The only ones that aren't from Trucky Mods are the ProMod stuff, because you get them directly from ProMod's own website. But everything else is from Trucky Mods, and they are all completely free of charge. Okay, what else have we got? We got our main ProMod stuff here. We got ProMod's The Great Step. Row Extended again. Beyond, the Road into Wilderness, this is quite a big one. Road into Wilderness adds a road from Egypt all the way to South Africa, so that's quite a huge mod. We got Heart of Africa, Horn of Africa. Horn of Africa is East Africa, and Heart of Africa is West Africa. We got Beyond, that is sort of Central Africa, and also a few Asian countries as well. We got Southern Region Map and Sabir Map, they're Russia again. Java Road Revolution, that adds in Java, specifically Jakarta in Indonesia. We got Southeast Asia Map, that adds in Singapore, Malaysia, Myanmar, Laos, and a few other places like that. Africa Extended, West Africa, Australia. We got Australia, Tasmania. We got Antarctica. We got Project Canada. And that's pretty much it. That's all the big ones. So quite a lot there. Like I say, we got 195 mods in total. They're all free of charge. Some of them are from the Steam Workshop. Some of them are from Trucky Mods. But yeah, there we go. That's the full list. And a lot of people keep asking me if I'm gonna like publish the list as well, so that you can like actually download the mods yourself. The answer is yes. I do intend to eventually publish the list. It's easier said than done because you've got to like write out a full list of all the mods and the download links and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of people have been asking, you know, am I gonna do a complete mod list for people to be able to download? I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But anyway, that is where we're going to leave the Euro truck for now. So let me just switch over to my big cam for the wrap up. There we go. I'm going to have to finish up because my voice is really bad today, like even worse than usual. I'm very sorry. Okay, let me grab a drink as well. Okay, so thank you for joining, everyone. It's been fun. Hopefully you've enjoyed today. We got a fair bit done. We did manage to get all the way across Egypt and Sudan. Unfortunately, the game did freeze when we tried to get the ferry over to China, but I'll try and fix that before the next stream. We might actually start the next stream in China and continue from there. But that's the plan anyway. But yeah, thank you for joining. Next live stream is going to be Factorio on Thursday, which I'm very much looking forward to. It's been a while since we played Factorio, but I absolutely love Factorio. I'm excited to play more of it, so I'll see you on Thursday for that. And I'll also see you on Saturday for Train Simulator. So do come along and join me for that if you're interested in Train Sim. Those are the only two streams I've got planned for this week, Thursday and Saturday. So I'll see you hopefully for those. Thank you everyone who's followed today. We've managed to get a few new followers. We're up to 7385, so thank you very much. And thanks anyone who's followed or subscribed over on TikTok, on YouTube and Twitch as well. Before we finish up, obviously, if you would like to support me on any of my other platforms, do check out my bio or my about section. I'm live on TikTok, YouTube and Twitch, so you can find me on all three of those platforms. You can also join the Discord server if you want to chat with me outside of the live streams, get up to date with when I'm posting and stuff like that, then you can check that out. You can follow me on Instagram and Blue Sky if you want to see what I'm posting over there. And of course, if you would like to support me financially, please do consider checking out my Patreon. Big shout out to my current Patreon supporters, Kate, Jess, Danny, Riley, P, Charlie and Dan. There you all are. Thank you very, very much for supporting me over on Patreon. It is very, very much appreciated. If you want to get your name on this board, it only costs £1 a month. You get access to behind-the-scenes content, and you'll be supporting me in what I do here on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. So thank you once again to my current Patreon supporters. Very, very much appreciated. That's it. That's everything from me for today. We are going to leave it there. So bye-bye. I will see you all on Thursday for Factorio and Saturday for Train Sim. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy your dinner, whatever you decide to have. I might think about that pasta bake that Puddle has mentioned. Bye-bye, Puddle. Thank you for the recommendation. But yeah, that's it. That's where we're going to leave it. See you on Thursday. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.